Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and masked men that we have on the show this evening. Welcome to Third Down Thursdays. My name is MJ. I'm joined this evening by Michael Myers, other known as Coach Bruce. And since we haven't been live since Halloween, it's time for a little spooky action. We've got 60 minutes of heaven knows what.
Okay.
Bruce is getting a little hot and heavy under that mat. Zach is with us today behind the scenes, and
Welcome back, Zach.
I totally dropped the ball and didn't see your DM asking for the code 15 minutes ago. We don't have a Zoom ready or anything like that, so we do this all live. Zach, if you want to say anything, just hop in today because screw it, why not? That's what we are feeling tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a chaotic week, but we are ready to go. Sai is here. Alex is here. Our boy Mike is here. And we are ready to roll, ladies and gentlemen. We have plenty of sports to talk about. We have plenty of just
news
things to talk about because that's what we do here. First, we have a little bit of business to take care of since we do everything above board here.
Wait. Before we announce that, we have to make the official announcement. I can actually let the surprise out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. No, I'm just kidding. My wife, Celine, and I are expecting our first baby.
Let's go.
Yeah, so first one.
Love to hear that. So Bruce told me 2 weeks ago, I think. And
a week ago?
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
After our show 2 weeks ago, and I lost my mind.
Yeah.
I started screaming because Paige was studying for a test. I was like, get in here. Get in here. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm studying. I'm like, get your butt in right now. We have something important to talk about.
Yeah, dude.
And this is exactly the reaction that I had.
Appreciate it.
Love to see it. Papa Bruce, if we thought that he was a chaotic man already.
Oh, man. Woo. Just wait.
I didn't notice what's going to happen.
Oh, my God. Man, like, it's going to be – and what's been overwhelming so far has been the support. The support's been absolutely overwhelming so far.
Yeah.
Just people reaching out via like text message, Facebook, whatever. Like, it's I speak for my wife too. Thank you guys so much. Like from the bottom of our hearts. Honestly, I just pray it's a healthy baby. And like the wife has a healthy like delivery, everything goes well. And yeah, man, it's something. It's definitely something. If
I'm so excited, bro. I don't think you understand. Like, obviously, I was really excited when my sister had a kid, but like, this is about as close as it gets to me having another niece or nephew. Like,
that's awesome.
Like, I've never had a brother, and like this, I'm so excited for this.
Well, thank you. You're calling me
I am so excited for this.
I appreciate that.
I'm just mad that I don't live in Chicago.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm mad about.
We're having so actually, oh shit. Hey babe, a month from today is the gender reveal party.
A month?
Yeah,
already?
We're doing the gender reveal December.
Oh my
3rd.
gosh.
So I have no idea. Hey, thank you, Zach. Much appreciated, brother. Oh, by the way, your t-shirt should be arriving hopefully soon. I don't know. Like I sent it earlier this week. I don't know if it's there yet or not. Maybe it's lost. I don't know. USPS isn't the greatest.
There he is.
I'll check the mail.
Oh, fair.
Anyway, congrats, Bruce. That's super exciting. I'm happy for you, man.
I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. And good to see you again, by the way.
It's been a long few weeks of school, depression, and then it turned 21 last week.
Congrats!
Thanks. I was hammered. So
how was that? Yeah, hold up. We're not just gonna speed past that. Yeah, we're not just gonna. Congrats to Zach. We're not just gonna speed past that like you didn't do anything on that.
Right. True. We got to talk about that. All right. So, what was the go-to drink, Zach?
It was beer for me. We had traditionally on Thursdays with my roommates we have Tall Boy Thursday. So we went out, we bought some Tall Boys, we drank, played some pong, pissed around, played some video games, and just kind of intimate but pretty fun.
Hell yeah, nothing wrong with that.
We had that, took some shots of Swedish schnapps called Uller.
Oh, I've
Ooh,
heard,
like
I've heard Uller.
it's like straight up mouthwash. It's peppermint, but it's actually pretty good.
ooh.
Um,
Since Zach is in here, I know he's an NBA guy. I think this is new. Paige just
It
said
just came out 15-ish minutes ago.
Kyrie got suspended for 5+
We'll get
games
to that.
without pay.
Hold on, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I'm
What?
saying,
Good.
so what you gotta do is try if you want like pure mouthwash, you gotta go with McGillicuddy's.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
that's pure mouthwash.
Straight up.
That just sounds nasty. I've never had it. It just doesn't sound good.
Honestly, I loved it. I didn't mind it whatsoever. Yeah, it was good stuff. I'm not advocating this. Obviously, people should not drink and drive. But before we would leave, just to make our breath smell nicer, to pick up girls and stuff like that. Love you, babe. You're the only person. But like obviously, like we had a designated driver, so but we didn't want to smell like alcohol in the car. Basically, is what I'm saying. And we want to pick up chicks. So what we would do is instead of smelling like alcohol and like smelling like cigars, if we've like we're whatever, we would just take a shot of that and be like, it'd be golden. We'd golden pony boy. You'd be killing 2 birds, 1 stone, getting drunker and also making your breath smell nice.
That's not a bad strategy, if I'm being honest. Don't drink and drive.
Zach's
That's
over
not
here
a bad
taking
strategy.
notes.
Well,
So
that's what the Uber is for.
Exactly. Uber wasn't around. Uber wasn't around when I turned 21.
Yeah. The strategy is you got to do Swedish fish with it as a chaser. Not because they're Swedish, but just because it's the Swedish thing.
Right.
Right.
That's definitely the way to go for me. It was really good. And then I also have a Serbian alcohol called Rakia.
Oh.
Which is like a brandy.
Please tell me you got that from Josh.
No, actually, I got it from Nikola Jokic.
Oh my gosh.
What? Seriously?
So, big Nuggets guy, big Avalanche guy. Rakia is Nikola Jokic's thing. He is my Lord and Savior at the moment. But then Uller is actually inspired from Gabe Landeskog, captain of the Avs.
Yeah.
So I've got both ideas have been birthed by the DNVR podcast, the Denver local sports media.
Shout
They
out.
both started doing it. Big shout out to those guys. I've met a few of them. They're great dudes.
Nice. Hell yeah.
So I got those ideas from them, and I've really gone probably too far with it, but that's not the point.
Fair. Well, Zach, happy birthday to you, man.
Thanks, man.
Good to have you back, brother. Good to have you back.
I'm happy to be back. We're live. We're feeling good now.
He's recovered. Believe me, just so you know, though, those hangovers don't get any easier as you get older, bro.
No, dude, I woke up on my birthday and the day after, and I felt like super stiff, and I was like, damn, 21 is hitting me like a truck.
So what's weird is I don't actually get hangovers. My problem is I get anxiety after the day. I have like a hangover anxiety. It's really weird. So like apparently I kind of like read about it. Apparently like because what happens is as soon as alcohol hits, obviously dopamine in your brain, you feel good, you feel awesome, you feel more connected in the moment instead of like freaking out whatever about other shit. And as soon as like that wears off, as soon as dopamine levels go back to normal, all of a sudden there's a rush of the anxiety of everything else that just hits your brain all of a sudden out of nowhere, and it's like oh shit. So what I end up doing is just picking up another beer and drinking some more, and just being like, stop that.
Beautiful.
That's the strategy, right?
I don't advise that, by the way. Do not do that. Do not do that.
Bruce is like, these aren't healthy lessons. They're just Coach Bruce lessons.
They're not healthy. They're just lessons.
They're adult lessons, I guess. It's what people did back in the day to crush their their depression and anxieties and things like that back in like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, what Paige said. This is what Bruce is saying. Best way to cure a hangover: drink more.
Yeah, hair on the dog. That's what it's called. Hair on the dog. Look it up.
You're showing your age there a little bit, my guy.
Anyways,
you're showing your age there a little bit.
Anyways, so MJ.
Yes, sir.
Big move today. Well, not today, but recently, like the whole NFL trade deadline was looking a lot like Major League Baseball trade deadline.
Honestly, yeah.
And dude, I was here for it. I was sitting there and I loved it. I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. Before we get it, like super specific. And I know, like, since I jumped in, I traded for you. You gave me the tag. You're like, hey man, I need you to jump on for me tonight.
Yes.
I went on Immaculate Perceptions with Joe. If you guys get a chance, check it out. They're with Game On Wisconsin. Awesome stuff. Joe and I, we got into it a little bit. I told you in pre-show about some of it. The Green Bay Packers were looking to get, at the beginning of the day, were rumored or associated with sending their second round pick, which is presumably going to be higher than the Bears, or excuse me, lower than the Bears' second round pick, to the Steelers for Chase Claypool. Regardless, doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter what skill position player it would have been, whether it be him, Jerry Jeudy, Cooks, whatever, DJ Moore, whomever it might have been. Is there a level of disappointment that you're feeling as a Packers fan? And then aside from that, from your professional and analyst perspective, why didn't the Packers make a move?
So, like your sophomore year of high school, you survived freshman year. You're feeling optimistic going into the year. There are a couple hard honors teachers that friends you've made on the baseball team have told you about in the grade above, but you're like, nah, I got this, right? And then that one class is just kicking your butt. You take the first test, not good, but hey, we got 4 more, we can recover, right? That second test, really not good. When you're going into that third test in the first semester, Bruce, you got no expectations. You know you're not going to do well. You can study as much as you'd like, but you know it's not going to go well. And for me, the trade deadline is that third test sophomore year in a rough high school class where I just know I'm going to fail. That's how I felt going into the Packers trade dedeadline.
You got kicked in the ding ding. You got kicked in the ding ding.
And how I felt, Bruce, was if the Packers somehow pulled out a B, I was going to be ecstatic. But they didn't do anything. They did what they always do. They failed the test. That there's no sadness, really, because the Packers never trade for players. The only time they ever really traded for anyone was Randall Cobb, and that was just to get Aaron Rodgers' buddy back, and that wasn't even really a trade. They gave him like a 6th-round pick. Like that doesn't even really count. The Packers don't make trades. They barely just realized that they can use their money. They barely even figured out recently that free agency existed. It was a cool concept that started in like the 60s, and the Packers just got around to it. So talk to me in like 2070, and the Packers might be making trades at the deadline.
2070. I don't think I'll be around then, bro.
No, but I will, hopefully.
Fair. All right. Well, so that being said,
shut up, Zach.
Now let's go. What did he? I missed it.
Zach. He said, "You know who didn't fail? The 49ers."
Oh, well, we're gonna get to that, by the way. We're gonna get to that. But no, my question. So now I'm gonna ask the analyst in you.
Yes.
What does the analyst in you think about what the Packers and what they're doing right now?
It's stupid.
I don't disagree with that.
It is incredibly short-sighted and conservative front office play, which doesn't win you a Super Bowl. You know what Les Snead, the GM of the LA Rams, said about draft picks? He said, F the picks.
There's no guarantee.
Los Angeles after he won the Super Bowl.
You know it's one of the things, and okay, so now
at the end of the day, what's more fun? At the end of the day, what's more fun?
Winning.
Bowl championship or a really cool 20-year-old Christian Watson who gets hurt all the time. And that's not even my fan talking. That's just realism.
Realistic.
That's just what has been the formula. Tampa Bay did it. They traded any pick they could get their hands on. They used a couple. They saved their 1st-round picks. LA doesn't even do that. And San Francisco doesn't anymore either. They don't have a pick until the 5th round this year. But
that's interesting.
And I don't necessarily disagree with Jack. The Packers should have done something. I don't think that this was the type of roster that you're like, hey, let's sit on this. And I know Joe said this on the show the other day, and I can confirm what he was saying. It wasn't that they weren't, looking. It was just the Packers have a very high value standard. And when it came down to it, they knew that their second round pick is not the same kind of second round pick that the Bears were offering. And so them offering a second round pick for Chase Claypool in the market that existed was still a low ball offer. It sounds backwards that they offered a second round pick and the Bears offered a second round pick and the Packers lost. Oh my gosh, they were so close again. The value difference between where those picks could end up,
Right.
and it's a hypothetical at this point.
Of course.
The projected value of those picks is very different. I mean, we're talking in just pay for those players, $1 million of difference. And when we're talking, you were trying to use one of those picks to trade up. If you're trying to use 40 to trade up versus trying to use 60, and I know it's not going to be that big of a disparity, but just for argument's sake, that is a big difference. Even
let's keep it
between 40 and 50 is a huge difference when you're trying to trade up.
Let's keep in mind too that the reason why the Bears were able to even go through with this
is because they shipped off Roquan Smith.
Right. And they were, well, and the best part about that is I doubt that he was going to be on the Bears the next year anyways. And even if he did qualify for the franchise tag,
that was incredible value for the Bears, in my opinion.
I agree. I 100% agree. I think they did the thing that they should have done. I don't think he was. Okay, $90 million contract. Okay, maybe he was worth that, but he wanted more. And I'm sorry, an off the ball linebacker in the NFL is not the same worth as it was back in the 2000s.
Again, and the other thing, which I want to say Field Yates tweeted this, if I can try and give him credit, maybe Zach knows off the top of his head. The Ravens now have 2 players eligible for the franchise tag that both represent themselves.
Lamar you're right. No, you're right.
That's going to be a headache.
So maybe Lamar Jackson could represent Roquan, and Roquan can represent.
Honestly, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen there.
But the other thing that's NFC North relevant that I didn't even know until today. The Vikings stole TJ Hawkinson.
Yes.
From the Lions. Excuse me, Detroit. I don't know what you're doing. And their GM said in a press conference the day later, it doesn't matter that our record was 1-6. It was a trade that I thought we got good value of. I just found out about the trade tonight because I've been working, I've been distracted, whatever. I didn't even I paid attention to some of the trade deadline stuff, but I didn't see that one somehow. I don't even know what they got in return for TJ Hawkinson. Whatever it is, I don't care. You just sent the best tight end in the division to the team who's currently leading the division. I know you're 1-6 and they're 6-1, but still, you don't do that.
So the Lions received a 2023 second round pick and a 2024 third round pick. The Vikings received a TJ, obviously, a 2023 fourth round pick and a 2024 conditional fourth round pick. The Vikings stole that. I'm sorry.
So they essentially traded away a third round pick because they got a fourth, got a conditional fourth, and
Yep.
Detroit, what are you doing?
So
the trade simulator on ESPN could tell you that was a bad idea. What?
Okay, so anyway,
what are you doing, Detroit?
I want to touch on this. Because I wasn't able to on the Packers show. I absolutely love what the Chicago Bears did. And I've seen some national talking heads and some other people and some people calling into the radio stations in Chicago talking shit, being like, oh, you know, they overvalued Claypool by trading their second round pick. Oh yes, did he? I got a fucking bet. I got a bet on Schwarber to hit a home run. Let's go.
Really?
I did, yeah. So that's good.
And I hate the Astros, so go Phillies.
Thank you, Sai. I appreciate that. But as I was saying, though, what I appreciated more about this, and this goes back to kind of your comments about Gudchrist and what's going on with the Packers. There was a lane that Ryan Poles went to. He's basically almost flipped that roster from the Ryan Pace era. Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God. And there is a direction and a general idea amongst most Bear fans that there's a better trajectory for this franchise now than there was when Ryan Pace was in charge. And frankly, even at the beginning of this year, because I would much rather, and I made this comparison on the show with Joe this week, I'd rather not be the Packers because I almost feel like the Packers have one nice. I feel like the Packers have 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot out of the grave right now. They're kind of picking like, okay, we'll compete, but we're going to try to do this at the same time. And it's like, you're playing with fire with that because you have a Hall of Fame quarterback and you have a former MVP quarterback that has absolutely nothing around him. Do I think Aaron Rodgers can play up to what he was last year? Probably not. But do I think Aaron Rodgers has the sustainability to be a fucking top 10 quarterback in the NFL right now? You're damn right I do. Yeah. But you need to provide him with fucking weapons for him to do that. So that being said, I think what the Bears are now, they're a building team. They pick their direction. They're rebuilding. They're doing things around a quarterback who's under his rookie deal still, and they control him for I think another 3 more years potentially because they have to pick up the 5th year option on him after say the 4th rookie year or whatever it was.
Right.
And that team potentially has again. There's that word again. Potential. Has a trajectory right now that is in a 2 to 4 year plan could potentially be better than the team up north right now. And that's what I'm fucking happy about.
Bruce, you want to know what the Bears did? It's very simple. 2 things. They chose a direction and they got younger.
Exactly. And they're fucking
they chose a direction and they got younger. Win or die. Their front office decided they're not going to try and do right now what is one of the hardest things in sports to do. You want to know why the Warriors are so impressive?
I don't think
they're simultaneously running a dynasty while rebuilding for the future.
I think hold on, time out. Hold on. Is a mirage. Bears had a brutal deadline. No, see, I disagree with that. The reason why I think like he had a good year his rookie year was because Ben Roethlisberger was playing well that year, and then after that.
He hasn't had a good quarterback since then.
No, he hasn't had a good quarterback at all. And then they also put him in the slot position.
Right.
So once they put him in the slot, he wasn't targeted as much. And then he had checked down Mitch. I love you, Mitch, but he had checked down Mitch thrown to him as well. And
right.
And if you look at his contested ball rate, he has one of the best contested catch ball rates in the NFL the past 3 years. So basically, anytime a ball is actually thrown his way, his ass is coming down with it.
And that helps a young quarterback more than anything. No offense to Darnell Mooney, he's a very talented NFL player, but he's not a let's go up and get it type guy.
But you know what?
Getting Chase Claypool, and
right, and that's what you have
a young quarterback who's struggling behind an offensive line right now sometimes and has to run around for his life once in a while. It's helpful to have a guy where he can essentially say, "Screw it, Claypool's down there somewhere." And chuck it to him, half the time,
go up and get it.
He's going to come down with it, and most of the time, it's not going to end up in an interception, which is something he can't say for the rest of his receivers right now.
6'4", 220, 230, whatever it is, runs a 4.4 40, has an insane vert. He's 23 years old.
Let's put it this way. I believe he's 24. But let's put it this way. With whatever pick they sent for Claypool, they weren't going to get a more talented player
at that point.
95% likelihood they were not going to get a more talented player with that pick.
Exactly, and that's what fucking pisses me off is you get these stupid motherfuckers that are like, "Oh, you traded away a draft pick." Do you know the percentage of success rate that any team has with any pick that they have from the NFL draft? It's super fucking low, low.
I mean, even look at Green Bay. You saw the talent that Christian Watson has. Bro can't stay on the field. You know what you're getting with Chase Claypool. It's some consistency. It's knowing what's walking in the door. And I don't blame the Bears for doing it. I think the haul could have been better. Sending away Quinn and Smith, maybe. But you essentially get a 4th-round pick, Chase Claypool, and you get rid of all of that money in return for those two players. And I'm not mad at it. It could have been better. But again, for a team who's just trying to pick a direction, keep in mind the Bears got who was at one point a consensus top receiver in their class.
Right.
And they didn't give up any of their own draft picks.
Right.
So
they did. They gave up their second round pick.
Oh, but they kept the Ravens.
Correct.
Okay. But they still have a pick in every round this year.
Right, exactly. And
they haven't had in how long?
They 3 years, 4 years. So they have a first round pick, second round pick, a third round pick, 2 fourth round picks, and 2 fifth round picks. Then they're 6th, 7th.
Right. That's something Chicago has not had. And when you're rebuilding front office, that's what you need.
With 130 million cap space.
Exactly. And that's the other way you get your guys in the door is with a cap space. So they opened up more cap space. I don't agree with Jack that they had a brutal deadline. I don't know what they were supposed to do. Like I don't know what people want from the Bears. They're not going to win anything this year. You're trying to build a specific type of roster around Justin Fields.
They did it the right way.
They're doing worked towards doing that.
They're doing it the right way.
They worked towards the roster that I think they have in mind. And so if you can do that at the deadline, that's a win for me.
Speaking of the Chicago Bears, this week they have the opportunity to play the Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
And I think that there's going to be a big Chubb coming off the edge.
Oh, gosh.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Is there a booing sound in here?
Time out.
Are you talking about in regards to my a big Chubb coming off the edge?
Correct.
I know, I get it. All right, so before and Zach, honestly, I'm going to let you speak to this a lot more than I do. But so what they say, the Broncos got Chase Edmonds, first round pick next year,
And a fourth round pick in 24. You gave up Chubb in a fifth.
But the fifth rounder is in 2025.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Which is okay, whatever. Are the Dolphins are going for it, but does this move make the Dolphins better than the Bills? No. Does this move make the Dolphins better than the Chiefs? No.
The Dolphins entirely hinge on their offense.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I think their defense is good. It got better with Bradley Chubb, but it's can Tua A, stay healthy, and B, be that guy. So far, the answer is yes. They are undefeated with him playing. Yes, QB wins isn't a stat and whatever. They are undefeated when he plays.
Thank you.
That's part of it. So, and he's been really good. Like, legitimately, he's been good. Waddle's looked improved. Waddle looks good. They found a role for Gesicki, which is nice. The offense has looked good. They just needs to stay that way. And I think they can compete if they have that. That Dolphins defense is scrappy. They play hard. They have a good set. They have Xavier Howard, a really good corner. They've got a good pass rush. That's the formula to winning these kinds of games, even if they shouldn't. They're not more talented, but I think they can at least compete.
All right.
What's going on in Denver, Zach? Why?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Like,
why is Hackney still the coach there?
You're not going to fire a first-time head coach. You're not going to fire a first-year head coach within his first season.
You know why you would? Because that's not the GM's pick.
It was Peyton's pick. He made that call.
Really?
I think it's been since 1973 since the coach in his first year has been fired. There's a reason. And I think there's a lot to learn. I think Denver's in a weird situation where they've been losing for 6 years. And a lot of the guys on the roster have been around for most or all of those 6 years.
Right.
So in that way, they've developed a ton of losing habits and a losing culture. And I think Hackett's job is harder than people realize, and his job is harder than people are giving him credit for, in that he not only has to be a head coach of the football team, but he has to change the culture and build a team with winning habits. and at every moment we've seen this team with losing habits rear their head as losers. You look back at the Colts game, they had a win. They stole a loss from the jaws of victory. That is something that's been happening for 6 years. They've been in a lot of these games. They don't get blown out a ton. They've been blown out a few times for sure, but they don't get blown out a ton. They just find ways to lose. And that's really what's happened this year. And I do agree, Hackett hasn't been great. His play calling is tough. It's
his
all
game,
around kind of been a mess.
His game management is absolute trash.
It's been better though. That's the thing. His
You know why?
management.
But you know why it's
He's
been better?
hired a guy.
Because he got
Exactly.
roasted for it.
But why wouldn't you do that though?
I
Why
agree.
not? You
I don't
don't have
disagree.
a salary cap on coaches. You don't have a limit on the amount you can have.
You know who?
I think more teams should do it.
You know who
Just
else
to
has
have
one?
separate eyes.
You know who else has one?
Who?
Bill Belichick.
Exactly.
Fair.
One of the great head coaches of all time, we say.
Is he the
That's a
one
game
that
management
is
court.
the game management guy, the one that came up with the penalty time runoff thing, we think? We saying Bill didn't come up with
Possibly. That's a conspiracy theory for you.
I just love talking smack
But I
about
think
it. That's what
I do think I think giving Hackett the year is necessary. See if he can grow into being a head coach. It's been weird with him. Week 1 was Hackett the OC was fantastic. Hackett the head coach was awful. And since then it's been Hackett the head coach has been fine. Hackett the OC has been bad. So it's been this weird thing where I think he needs to give up play calling. I think it starts there.
Real quick update. Texans are up 7-0 on the Eagles.
This
Oh,
was a textbook trap game for the Eagles.
oh yeah.
So,
The-
yeah.
Here's the other thing, Zach, with Hackett is I don't know if y'all remember Aaron Rodgers' first year in the Hackett, LaFleur, Shanahan, McVay, whatever you want to call it, offense.
Yeah.
Rodgers looked bad. That was the year that made the Packers draft Jordan Love. And so we're expecting Russell Wilson, who is a quality NFL quarterback, but nowhere near the raw natural talents throwing the football as Aaron Rodgers. We're expecting him to look better in that offense his first year than Aaron Rodgers. No, that's not how football works.
True.
And you don't have to be somebody who's ever learned an NFL offense to understand that just doesn't add up.
This offense
So-
is complex.
Yes. And even Rodgers says there are more checks, there are more complicated language in that offense than he has ever seen in football. And again, no offense to Russell Wilson, but he was running a pretty basic offense in Seattle. Offense was not their focus. He was pretty much able to go up to the line, make whatever adjustments he wanted. They ran out of shotgun the majority of the time once Marshawn Lynch was gone. And it was kind of just a spread and go, really weird West Coast offense. Nowhere near, like he was barely ever under center, and now he's under center probably what, Zach, 70% of the time?
Yeah, I think I was reading it's about that. And I think
So,
you make a great point too, because Russell Wilson, he is a smart player. Like genuinely, he's one of those high IQ quarterbacks. Like
Is he
more
not?
so than
Is he?
others, we say.
That's
I
right.
think he is.
That's right.
But
That's
you're right. Like this offense is complicated.
That's right.
It's not a simple thing to understand.
That's right.
And Hackett's also learning how to call these plays, which is
That's
not
right.
helping anything at all.
That's right. Hey, but you know what though? You know what Russell Wilson needs? Russell Wilson needs good insurance because sometimes he doesn't do a very good job of riding.
Here's to the grown-ups. Your car is now your office, stage, nursery. Shh, sorry. Erie Insurance offers products that lots of other companies don't. That's a big deal, and it's a good deal too. And with Erie, you get your own independent agent, not a giant corporate call center or some online robot. You meet with a real person, like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
That's Jeff at my big B or bbig.com. Sorry. Jeff
My
at
big
bbig.com. Whoa! Timeout.
We're experiencing
Awesome.
1 to 3 inches already. We're expecting about 2 more inches.
Real quick, Zach, before we
Time
let you
out.
go again, give me 60 seconds on why Jokic is the MVP.
Oh, I like that.
He's not so far. I'll say that. He hasn't.
Well, fuck, I'm out.
So far, he hasn't been. I'll say that. I'll be honest. But if you're looking at the case for it, it's like how he's going to get there is that Jamal Murray reintegrates and gets back to some form of himself. Michael Porter integrates and they actually use him in the offense and not just throw it to him and just let him huck up a shot, but actually run plays for him. You're going to see scoring go down a little bit just because Murray and Porter are back, but
Right.
the assists go up, the rebounds will still be there. The scoring should still be pretty high. I mean, he's one of the most efficient scorers in the NBA. Plus, he's playing around defenders now, so his weakness of defense is shaded a little bit. Plus, I don't think it's that big of a weakness if we're being honest. If the Denver Nuggets can get to a 1 or 2 seed, win 55, 60 games, which I think is possible, there's a case for it.
You really think they got 55, 60 wins in them?
Oh, yeah. I think if you look at Denver's starting 5, assuming health and that Murray gets back to it, they have one of the, 3 best starting lineups in the NBA, I think, with Murray, KCP, Michael Porter, Aaron Gordon, and Nikola Jokic.
By the way, I love
2
Porter.
really good defenders. Michael Porter, I legitimately think if you watch his mechanics shooting the ball, he could shoot 50% from 3, which he's already doing.
That was a steal. Just so you know, that was a steal.
That pick was insane. I had no expectation that he was going to make it anywhere near where we were picking at 14. The fact that we got him is insane.
Also, Zach, you'll appreciate this. I have the Nuggets tonight -6.5. Jokic to score +25, and for him to have +8 rebounds in my parlay.
The only thing that might not hit is points. Denver started up 13-0.
It's up there. It's 42-29 right now.
Yep, 42-29, and in his first stint, he scored.
It just ended.
0
the first
points.
quarter just ended. Yeah.
Yeah, 0 points, which is the Nikola Jokic special. Dominate a game, pass the ball, and not score. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's
hilarious. It's yeah.
I mean, we talk about Nikola Jokic like he doesn't want these awards, man. I almost wonder if he's intentionally not trying just so he doesn't get put in the MVP conversation.
So right now,
I think it's a thing.
His over/under right now is 18.5. Fuck me, I'm out. That being said, Zach, good to have you back. Check your mail.
I'll definitely be looking for it. It's been in a few days, I gotta say. So it could be there, and I have no idea.
Fair. Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Bruce, real quick.
Yes.
I'm gonna do something.
Oh. Is this like
that really hurts me? And so, Zach, I want you to be ready to clip this if you have the chance. Go on Twitch, YouTube. I don't know.
Welcome to 1975, Austin Powers and Forza. And now, it is time to say goodbye. And that's the way, I like it.
Well, now I'm not going to say the thing that would make you happy.
Oh, make me happy. Oh, my bad. I was trying.
Now I'm not going to say the thing that makes you happy.
I was cheering you up. Go ahead. Sorry.
I have to say, I'm impressed with how Luka Doncic has played this year. Not only is he putting up like, because here's the thing. 30, he's averaging 36, 9, and 9. And here's a couple things that impress me. Almost 2 steals a game. His turnovers are down. His 3-point percentage is terrible so far this year through 7 games, but that will average out, and he's still shooting 50% from the field with a 23% 3 rating, and they're winning. They're winning. So I have to be fair, Bruce. I'm a numbers guy. When I see numbers that impress me, I have to say it. And so when I see 36-9-9, I have to acknowledge that.
Oh, here we go.
I still don't think the Mavericks are very good though. So that's entirely because Luka doesn't have any help. Luka's been fantastic though. My goodness. Like you're right. He's been I've watched a few of them. He looks incredible. And he's actually trying on defense, which is nice. It's a nice little shift.
Exactly. And that's where the steals come in. And it just, Bruce, I know you know how much this hurts me. But he's playing really well.
Dude, I had him for MVP.
And whatever odds. That's just he's playing so well. And it hurts. Because I still think that like a good solid 35-40% of his stats are just because his team is trash. And because his
like that's for the past
still,
2 years. For the past
like,
2 years, so I can't take that away from what's his face from oh my god, dude went to Stevenson High School, played at Villanova.
Jalen Brunson.
Thank you, Brunson. Brunson, I like Brunson a lot, and I think he helped Luka significantly when he was on that team. But regardless, I don't think that he had Luka has had nothing around him, and he brought the Mavericks last year on almost getting like tossing out. It was the Suns, wasn't it? They took them to the game 7.
They beat the Suns. They lost to the Warriors.
It was incredible.
Yeah, they beat the Suns. They lost to the Warriors.
Oh my god! And the fact that they were able to beat the Suns,
right?
Well, you know, and to be honest with you, I think that was vastly because of who Luka is as a player and how good he is. I'm telling you, man, dude's a fucking stud. The best. I don't know if you saw the highlight. There was a highlight when Luka was trying to get in. Ja Morant was guarding him in the Grizzlies game.
Yeah.
And Luka was just had some nice handles, making some nice moves, and all of a sudden, like hit a step back, not a step back, like a fade, like a fading like 15, 18 footer. And as he's jogging back, he hit that, and Ja's like, I was on that, kind of giving him props, so being like, oh, that was a nice shot, Ja was not on that. I'm sorry, Ja.
Because Bruce, like, okay, yes, he has a 40% usage rate, which is disgusting.
Well, I mean,
he
has to.
That's just ridiculous, right? He has to. But and I know this is 7 games, and but it's really not an overreaction because, like, I don't care. You don't go out and average 36-9-9 through 7 games and have that be a fluke. His PER is 36.
He's nasty, dude. He's so good.
That's just disgusting.
I haven't even looked at those numbers yet.
Bruce, he's shooting 23% from 3, and his true shooting is over 60.
Jeez.
Now imagine when that evens out to his 40% from 3.
He's gonna. I'm telling you, man. Like I actually do feel bad for him though, because right now, I don't want to say this because this will add fuel to your fire. I don't want him, and I don't think he will be, but I don't want him to be Kevin Love, Minnesota Timberwolves Kevin Love.
Oh yeah, where he averaged like 25,
10 and 10,
and yeah,
he was nasty. And then all of a sudden, he got put on a good team, and pieces were around him, and then it faded. Granted, it was later on in his career. But like Kevin Love was a double machine. So
let's talk about somebody who hasn't faded, and that's Steph Curry.
Oh, here we go.
No, I really don't have much. It's just, I mean, he's also averaging.
Oh,
he's also averaging 37-6 through 8 games, which is pretty cool.
I don't want to take away.
What are you going to do to me, Zach?
He has I don't think he faded. Like, it's underrating him how important he actually was to those Cavs teams. He didn't put up some disgusting numbers of a number 1, but he was important to those teams, man. Like, you saw what happened when he was out. He and Kyrie were out, and it was, oh my gosh, what's it? Matthew Dellavedova is the second best player, and that team got destroyed by the Warriors. So I think it's an important thing to say, like, Kevin Love was an actual important part to that team. Even if it wasn't as the elite player he was in Minnesota, I don't want to take it away from him that he didn't fade as a player. He just faded in terms of his role.
That moment you get a notification on your phone that says someone's at your front door and there's nobody there. Dun dun dun.
Last thing I have on Curry. He has his lowest usage rate since 2014.
Oh, just wait though. Just wait. It'll
no,
go up.
He's averaging 37 and 6 with his lowest usage rate.
By the way, okay, so real quick,
games, but
before we transition, because I actually do want to talk. I want to talk the World Series.
Yeah.
I didn't know this until I saw it today, and I looked it up today just because I was curious about the Milwaukee Bucks. Through seven games, they've only played one away game.
That's aiding them a lot. The home teams are doing really, really well to start the year, which makes sense.
Really,
they've only their first game was away in Philadelphia, if I remember correctly, and then every single game after that they have been home. And they had a back-to-back same teamer against the Pistons.
Yeah,
and I've never seen it like this. So like, come at me and yell at me, telling me I'm an idiot or whatever. But in all the years I've watched NBA basketball, and it's been a lot of fucking years, I don't recall a time where you play the same team back to back and it's not a home and away.
Especially when it's
do that to minimize travel.
What'd you say, Zach? Sorry.
They're starting to do it to lessen the travel on players.
Well, okay, but that makes sense. But it's not like it was the Pistons. It was Milwaukee to fucking Michigan or
Detroit.
Doing it with the Pistons is an interesting choice for the league schedulers. I know Denver has that coming up with Dallas in a week,
and that makes sense. But that makes 100% sense. Right, that makes sense.
Doing it to Michigan is a choice.
Right.
That's so stupid.
But yeah, no, I saw that too, and I was like, what the hell are they doing? All right. But real quick to talk on that though, your wifey sent it to you saying that Kyrie has been suspended without pay for 5+ games. Awesome. I'm glad, because I think he's a fucking ass clown. And I've said that for a while. Tremendous talent. Like, that gives nothing away from him on the actual court. He's an absolute beast, probably one of the best. Top 3 all-time ball handlers in the NBA ever. However, he's an ass clown. I want to talk about this though. What?
No, go for it.
Zach LaVine. To all the fucking haters out there, to all the people that want to say, oh, they should have maxed out his contract. Oh my God, this, that, and the other. I'm pissed off about the load management part on his knee. That's it. I'm cool with that. But he was worth every penny of it when you saw him take over the fourth quarter and outscore the Brooklyn Nets by himself and be the best player on the floor in the fourth quarter against a team with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Just saying. And the Chicago bench mob is back.
Here's the only issue with suspending Kyrie. He didn't care about losing $30 million to not get vaccinated. He does not care.
No, he doesn't give a shit.
A 5-game suspension. So, like, the Nets are doing that to save face because their organization is already a mess.
That's a good point.
So they're doing that to save face. Anybody who says they're doing that to actually, stand up for whatever that the Nets are saying, no, they that, and that's the only issue is they. No, I don't want to say the Nets don't care, but like the Nets don't care. Kyrie doesn't care.
I love that the Nets are falling apart. I am loving every bit of everything going down. And let me tell you, I love that they're leaning into this whole ultimate toxicity thing. It's incredible. bringing in Ime Udoka to make it even worse is so good. It's so good to see them just. I'm praying on their downfall.
Did you not know that, Bruce?
So no, I knew that. But so did you know though, with Udoka is like one of the people that I don't even know if I'm allowed to share this. I don't want to give any kind of sources or anything away or whatever, but I can't remember if it was the CEO or the COO or something like that. I guess he was talking to their like either wife or girlfriend or daughter. It was one of those three things. And I know that's a very broad fucking brush I'm painting with, but because I was half paying attention and half not paying attention. But yeah, let me just tell you, he's something. He's something.
Who?
I'm sorry.
Who are we talking about?
Udoka, whatever the fuck it. Yeah.
Ime Udoka.
Thank you. Yes. So, sorry, I'm like trying to like do something and at the same time like try to remember this fucking idiot. Anyway.
Bruce is struggling a little bit.
I am a little bit, but that being said, though,
real quick, Bruce. It's Game 5 of the World Series.
Yeah, before we get to, okay, let's get to this real quick first. That was the original line tonight. I took it. I don't know what you think.
I would have taken the Texans spread just because
that's
like Zach said earlier. I think it is a trap game. That's a really big spread. That's a lot of points for an NFL game. Texans have put up a good fight in a couple of games this season. They've got a good running game, so if they did get a lead, they can at least be annoying for a little bit because Dameon Pierce can run around. I don't hate the Texans. I just think they've got a lot of work to do, but they got some nice young pieces.
Love you, Smith, maybe. Anyway, so let's go back to what you're saying, though.
Yes, we have the World Series. It's tied 2-2. The series. It's 1-1 right now. Bottom of the second.
Did we? I don't remember. So last week, did we out because we had this in here in the rundown for last.
I think we just said go Phillies.
I think so too.
Which always said.
I think
that still stands.
I wish I would have fucking followed through with that bet for the Phillies. I know. God, such a pansy. Anyway, dude, 100%. Hopefully, we see the Phillies pull this out. I would love to see. I would love to see Philly pull it out, because Philly pulling it out is
what we're
amazing.
Experiencing 1 to 3 inches already. We're expecting about 2 more inches.
Sorry.
Huh? No, I told you to win this game. Justin Verlander, trash in the World Series.
Dude, like he always gets eaten up in big moments, I feel.
Which makes me so mad because he terrorized the Oakland A's in the playoffs for so long. But that's because they always played him in the divisional round because the A's couldn't get through a round of the playoffs.
So I just saw Jack's comment about my new favorite thing is to go in the Nets Twitter Spaces after watch. That's absolutely golden, dude. There's a reason. I
love going into Packer Twitter Spaces.
Oh no, you're a Packers fan. You're not supposed to.
Oh no, it's so much fun because they're all irrational. They're like, "Oh my gosh, my life is ending. I've never been so mad at anything in my life." And I'm like, "Bro, calm down.
Dude.
Like, it's gonna be okay." And people get so mad, whatever sport it is.
Hey, so real quick. So my brother-in-law just texted me. He's like, "I'm your 15th subscriber on Twitch, motherfucker. Stop talking about basketball. No one gives a shit. It's all about chucking up the ball and shooting threes now."
He's not wrong. How do you think Luka scores all his points?
He just laughed. Like, we just lost 2 people. He's probably like, "Eh."
I'm done. Oh gosh, but yeah, I really hope the Phillies pull this out.
That's what she said.
Ha.
Anyway, so that being said, MJ, I think it's about that time, bro.
Oh,
I think it's about that time.
Is it now?
For Third Down Thursdays fireside chat.
Ooh.
Fire is.
You okay?
I couldn't. All right, guys. This is the part of the show where you guys can come through on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. What else? Yeah, not Twitter. Anything to ask us, whatever you want to ask us, say whatever, comment, and maybe even tell us we suck. That's cool too.
Hey, Bruce.
Huh?
You suck.
Thanks, man. I'm cool with
I just had to follow through. Yes, Alex. I'm here. I'm listening. NFL awards.
Ooh, I like that.
Hold up. Let's pull this up real quick.
Who's your MVP right now? In my head right now,
awards.
if I could give out an MVP right now. No, I'm gonna go off the top of my head. Fuck that. I'm gonna say Josh Allen. Fuck it. No, hold on.
Patrick Mahomes.
No.
Give me Jalen Hurts.
Oh God, that's fine. All right, so comeback player of the year. I'm gonna say Geno Smith.
Yeah, you can't be that.
Fucking love that.
You can't be that. Offensive player of the year.
Oh.
Question for you on offensive player of the year.
Yes.
Should it be awarded to quarterbacks?
Yes.
No.
I say no.
I don't think so.
Because the MVP is already a quarterback award. You should be giving it to other offensive players. I stand by this one.
Who was the last non-quarterback MVP? Was it Adrian Peterson?
Yes.
I think so.
That's kind of fucked.
Yeah. Offensive player of the year, I would go Tyreek Hill.
I'm not mad about that. Coach of the year, I give it to Dable.
I give it to Serini in Philly.
Oh, okay.
Nobody thought that team was going to be good either. They're both really good, but
hey, that's not true. I have the Eagles in the fucking NFC Championship.
Okay, Jack, calm down.
Losing to the
Jack. We get it. You were right about something. We get it.
Oh, that was good. I see what you did there. Well played. But yeah, defensive player of the year. I would have to research that.
Mike Parsons.
Pat Surtain.
Yes. Oh yes, Zach.
That is a good pick. Pat Surtain is playing really well, but you have to give it to Michael Parsons. He already has like 10
Chase
sacks.
Claypool gets a rushing and receiving.
They're not going to give it to a cornerback, which is unfortunate because Surtain no one throws to him, so no one would know.
They're
You
not
have to
getting
play like
it.
prime Charles Woodson.
I was thinking about Bosa
Or
too.
Revis.
Zach. Thank you. But
It'd have to be an edge rusher, most likely.
Look at this. Chase Claypool gets a rushing and receiving touchdown this Sunday. Negative, sir. Receiving, I can see that. I can see them being like, dude, just run a 9. Go to the fucking end zone. I'm going to throw it to you. But no chance in a rushing.
Offensive rookie of the year. Right now, I don't think there's a clear edge because he just got the starting job, but it will end up being Kenneth Walker.
Refresh my memory on that, Alex. I don't remember.
Oh, he told me. He didn't tell you.
Fair. Fair. Do you want to tell him?
Yeah, one sec. Once we finish this up, I will let the people know that. Offensive rookie of the year, it'll be Kenneth Walker, I think, as long as he stays on the trajectory, because they're just running the ball right now like crazy.
I think Breece Hall was on the was up there too.
It should have been
until he got hurt. I agree.
It should have been.
Greg Dulcich might throw his name in the ring though, low key.
Who?
Greg Dulcich.
Yeah.
Broncos tight end from UCLA.
He's been fucking popping.
Really?
He's been averaging 80 yards per game over the last 3, which, mind you, tight ends don't usually do things like that.
Right.
He's been, obviously it's early and whatever, but he's on a tear. And it's late, but it's also late for guys like Kenneth Walker too, because he had Rashad Penny in front of him. Dulcich might not be a bad sneaky bet.
Hey, Zach, I don't know if you see it, but the know-it-all agrees with you.
Jack Gaffney and I being on the same page usually means world chaos or good things.
Yeah, that's normally not a good thing, Bruce. I know you don't know
Probably
that.
not.
Jack, I'm just messing
chaos.
with you. I'm just messing with you, Jack. I'm just messing with you.
Defensive rookie of the year. This should be easy. You're gonna be mad when I say it because you can't.
I don't think it's him. If it's the person, I was gonna. It's not what's
no.
His face. I just don't want to do it.
It's not Sauce.
No, I know it's not Sauce.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's Sauce.
Oh, okay, good. I thought you were gonna give it to fucking what's his face Hutchinson in fucking Detroit. And I was gonna say no.
No,
He hasn't been doing jack shit.
I don't care about Hutchinson.
I do like Sauce though. Dude, the best again. I'm gonna say it again. The best was fucking walking around the NFL Combine, fucking, and seeing him through the hotel with his fucking big ass chain that was like fucking this big that said Sauce on it. That was fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, he's a stud.
Also, real quick,
I hope so.
That's a hot take, by the way. Real quick before we throw in the towel here. Fucking awesome news about Daniel Snyder fucking selling Washington, by the way. Want to talk about a fucking poorly run franchise? That team is fucking dog shit. And the fact that you call them the fucking Commandos, it sounds like you're the fucking Washington Dildos, okay? Change that shit, get a fucking different name, and fucking be better. And be better with treating your fucking people and women better, dude. Fucking trash ass person.
On that real quick, before I say what Alex told me the other day, shout out to the wifey who gave me this one. She, for some reason, RG3 pops up on her Twitter all the time. Don't know why. That's just how it be. And so she found a tweet from him tonight. He has raised so far an investment over $400 million. He is going to buy a minority stake in Washington when the new investment group buys them, and he is going to pick 10 random fans and divvy up his minority ownership and let them come along for the ride.
That's incredible.
Which I think is just so much fun. It's like taking the whole Packers thing to the upteenth level.
Yeah, because the Packers
I have like a million and they'll have 1%. Because they're valued somewhere in the 4 to 5 billion range, and he already has 10%.
Yours is fake.
Shut up, Bruce.
Real quick,
there.
it's still fake. Real quick too. Also, we gotta touch on this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Third Down Thursdays proudly brings to you MJ, Bruce, potentially other people a part of Third Down Thursdays going to the Super Bowl. We're waiting. We're waiting to hear back. So
we applied for Super Bowl credentials, so we'll see. But where'd it go? This. Alex told me yesterday.
Oh yeah, we got another.
I believe, and Alex, correct me if I'm wrong on this, that we are the sole location to find the written work of the Bear of Texas. Moving forward.
Well, thank you.
Take that as you may for some of the people in the chat and behind the scenes who know what that means specifically.
So to speak volumes to that, his average viewing on his articles is around 2,000 people. So I'm cool with that, dude.
Yes.
keep bringing those hits and keep pissing off those Cowboys fans.
For those of you who love the Bear of Texas, we all love him here, and you will get to see more of him on ThirdDownThursdays.com.
You know what, Alex? Jump on next week. I would love to have you on for a few.
Let's rant about the Cowboys.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Go to ThirdDownThursdays.com. Check out the articles. It's a great time. Alex pisses a lot of people off. It's fantastic. And yeah, we applied for Super Bowl credentials. Bruce is having a child.
Wait, hold on. We didn't do the. Hold on. We gotta do the other one. Sorry, guys. It's gonna be completely random. We're not doing a very good job of this today because I got distracted very easily.
Before we do that on our way out, Bruce. This is totally off the top of my head. You know what we need to start planning?
Our lives.
Well, yeah, our mega Thanksgiving show.
Oh yeah. I actually did think about that today. It came up in my memories.
Look at us. There we go. All right. We're planning that. And it's time for our favorite insurance guy on the way out.
Also, we got to talk to, but we got to do both. We also have to talk to Rob. We got to get Rob on. We haven't had Rob on yet. I got to text him.
Oh, that is a sore oversight. Yes, correct.
I keep forgetting to text him. Anyway.
I'll text him right now.
Homeowners insurance.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And MJ, before we leave, and before we leave, I'm gonna say it off air. Never mind. Run it. Hey, MJ.
Yes, Bruce.